Wild story from the NFL world that came out last night on The Athletic. A former Jacksonville Jaguars employee has been accused of stealing more than $22 million from the team. The Athletic reported that Amit Patel, a former Jags employee who worked there for 5 years starting in 2018, has been accused of stealing $22 million using their virtual credit card program, which was a program that he oversaw as a manager of financial planning and analysis for the team. That program allowed certain employees to use a virtual credit card for business purchases. He would hide his personal transactions, according to the lawsuit, by inflating legitimate recurring transactions and then identifying his things as normal business-related purchases. And so they sounded real, but they never actually occurred. And here are just some of the things that he bought with that money. He got himself a nice condo in Florida. He bought multiple cars, a Tesla Model 3, a Nissan pickup truck, a $95,000 watch, multiple trips, private jets, expensive food, some cryptocurrency, NFTs, and most importantly, this man paid the retainer on a criminal defense firm. Defense wins championships, and the fact that he had the foresight to say, I'm doing something illegal, I should put down a retainer on a criminal defense firm. Interesting and very smart anecdote from this story. But this is wild because the statement from the Jags detailed all of this and says, they were hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray. Not their exact words, but paraphrasing. They also went out of their way in their statement to say that this man had no access to confidential football strategy personnel or other football info. So
thank goodness.
He did some illegal stuff.
Thank goodness.
But thankfully,
he didn't steal signs.
He didn't hire Urban Meyer. Not his move.
Didn't hire Urban Meyer, and because he had no access to football information, he didn't steal signs. Everybody can rest easy.
It's safe. We don't have to lead another.
How many cars do you need?
I would love to have multiple cars. I'm not a car girly myself, but if I was, I would have multiple.
Would you steal multiple cars?
No.
You would be.
I would not steal. Let me be perfectly clear, Memphis Grizzlies. I'm not stealing $22 million from you on virtual credit card programs.
Let me also be perfectly clear, Memphis Grizzlies. I wouldn't either, but I'm a liar. So take with that and do with that what you will. There's a reason why I don't have the company card, by the way.
None of us are. We don't have a virtual card because they're like, CJ, we'd be going to the Holiday Bowl. We'd be like, yeah, we're business-related expenses.
What do the streets say? There would be signs. there will be signs.
The official charges are just one count of wire fraud and one count of illegal monetary transactions. But if he is found guilty, a part of his punishment would be that he would have to pay back $22 million in property. Some of those are experiences, though. You can't just pay back in vibes.
I mean, how much is the house and how much are the cars?
I need the official receipt breakdown. The only thing we got the specific cost on was the $95,000 watch. Why do we know the watch cost and not the condo? I guess you could look up the cars, but
so if
how are watches $95,000? Is it a diamond encrusted?
You're poor.
Thank you.
You're poor.
I'm actually comfortably middle class. Thank you very much.
That's a lie they tell you. Trust me.
What is the middle class these days?
There is no middle class. If you're not ultra rich, you're poor.
I'll never wear a $95,000 watch.
How many years? You've worked here for like 3 years. You probably hadn't seen $95,000 yet. Like, he's got 3 years of salary on his wrist. That's what he's walking around with.
Okay, I'm back to the question of the $95,000 watch, though, because so I just looked up expensive watches. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, the first one that came up was a Cartier watch that was a poverty $12,000.
Yeah, that's for people like us, Jessica.
This Rolex is $56,000.
Okay.
This Rolex is $79,000.
Yep. There's 2 years of my salary.
I've never even heard of.
Exactly, because you're poor.
Half of these.
Check this out, bro.
Yeah, I'm poor, but I look at rich things. I watch Cribs. I watch Pimp My Ride.
You don't know where the rich things are.
I get GQ magazine, and I'm like, ooh, this would look so nice on Chris. And then I look at the cost of the pants, and it's like $3,000.
No.
It's not going to happen.
No, you're too poor. We're too poor to know where the actual stuff is.
This will make a great movie when they do it.
You think he gets a movie?
I think someone related to working for a team and stealing money from the team movie gets made someday.
Like, he only took 1% of the money also.
That's true.
22 million?
It would have been better if he was the mascot. The Jaguar who wears the thong. If he had been the one stealing $22 million. I'm just saying, creative liberties when the movie does get made. You can come back to us. will help on the screenplay.
Give me a buddy cop movie. Ooh. Not a cop movie, but
with
a buddy movie.
The person who works in the finance?
No.
Oh, come on.
No, think bigger.
Okay.
Think bigger. We're going to not only
Trevor
are we
Lawrence.
going, we're going to go, it's going to be a two-parter.
Okay.
So, because it's the universe. The universe is what this is all about.
Right.
You got to
the
build.
Jacksonville universe.
You've got to build the universe. Give me two buddies who decide, you know what? We're going to steal from the NFL franchise. And so they do that. They get away with it. And then they say, you know what? We spent too much money. Now we just got to go around the nation in wolf costumes robbing banks. Give me a Chief of Holics in there. Yes.
And then the Chiefs and the Jags play in the AFC Championship game.
See, now
and
you're
these
thinking.
men and Chiefs
Now
of
you're
Holic
thinking.
come together
Yes.
and something goes awry. Because it's buddy cop, so it's got to be funny.
Yes.
Not dangerous like some of those situations ended up being.
But give me that.
Okay. But I do love the idea of like nerdy finance department worker meets mascot and works together.
and that's both of them. Nerdy
perfect.
finance guy. It's the odds couple. It's the odd couple, excuse me. Right?
The Odd Couple.
The Odd Couple,
Yeah.
the TV show.
Yeah.
With nerdy finance guy on the Jacksonville side and mascot, unofficial mascot for a team, Chief of Holic. They come together. Can't believe, how do you not notice $22 million just leaving your
bad
establishment?
auditing.